What is up, everybody? Is I, Ronin. Today I'm coming at you with learning how to play Generaid. So Generaid is a new level 9 archetype that was revealed, I think, Monday of the week I'm recording this. But yeah, they were decently pretty bad on their own. They didn't really have special summoning conditions of their own, so it was hard to play them. Involved letting your opponent go plus. But yeah, so I decided the theming is neat, so I decided to try my best to make them work, and I came up with something pretty decent. I think I really did. I enjoy this deck. But yeah, so for this deck profile, we're gonna go over it in engines rather than card by card, because we have several engines, all of them focused on getting a level 9 on board, or multiple level 9s on board, so we can make a rank 9, pretty much. That's what this deck does. It makes rank 9s. Most of the time, that rank 9 is True King of all calamities, but it makes other. Sorry about that. I sniffled a little bit there. It makes other rank 9s too. So let's go ahead and start with our Kaiju engine. So we have free Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju, free Gamecill, the Sea Turtle Kaiju, and free Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. So we'll go ahead and start with our Kaijus. Thunder King is a level 9, so generally speaking, you're going to special summon it to our own field. And Gamecill is it's a water monster, and it's Gamecill, everybody's favorite kaiju. So yeah, generally speaking, if we cannot get Slumber, what we'll do is we will use Gamecill to kaiju our opponent, special summon a Thunder King to our own field, and then hopefully have another way to get level 9s on board. But if we have Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, we don't really need to worry about that. So what Slumber says is it has the Dark Hole effect where it destroys as many monsters on the field as possible, and then it special summons from your deck a Kaiju to your field and to your opponent's field. So we activate this, clear the board, summon Lightning Strike to our field, summon Gamecill to their field, and Interrupted Kaiju Slumber also can banish itself from the graveyard to search a Kaiju. So yeah, pretty good. That is a decent way of getting a level 9 on field, but that relies on our opponent doing it. So this is more of a going second engine. Now we have our going first or second engine in the form of our True King engine. So we have Mariani, the True Draco Phoenix, True True King, I hate these names, True King Barastos, the Fathomer, as well as free Draconic Diagram. So Draconic Diagram, I'll go over that first. It gives your True King and True Draco monsters a boost of 300 attack and defense. And the first time a tribute summon True Draco or True King monster will be destroyed by battle, each turn it is not destroyed. However, the search effect is why we care about it. It lets us pop a card from our hand or field in order to search a True King or True Draco card. So that'll just search Mariana or the Fathomer. I'm gonna say the Fathomer for now because I'm not pronouncing that name again. And now as far as their effects goes, they can each special summon themselves by destroying 2 monsters from your hand or field. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that. Uh, so long as the one of those 2 monsters, or both of them, if you have it, shares an attribute with that one. So in the case of Mariana, you have to destroy 2 monsters, including a wind monster. In the case of the Fathomer, you have to destroy 2 monsters, including a water monster, or this one too. They have their own and they have their own effects when you pop multiples, but those don't ever really come up. But I'll go over them anyways. The Fathomer lets you pop 2 spell traps, I believe. And Mariana lets you banish the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck. So that's that. However, they also have effects when destroyed by card effect. Mariana lets you add a non-wind worm monster from your deck to your hand. And the Fathomer lets you special summon a non-water worm monster from your deck. So, yeah, it helps that we have multiple monsters of attribute to tribute them with. They're an easy, searchable way to get a level 9 on the field. So, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. And now we have Lone Fire Blossom. Uh, it summons Mardal. Mardal is a plant, so that's another way. Oh wait, Okay, yeah, we're good. Now let's go over the actual generaid cards we have, because we don't have a whole lot. So we have free Fraudier, Generaid of the Sword, 2 Mardal, Generaid of Light, 2 Needhog, Generaid of Ice, 2 Generaid Stage, as well as free Generaid Battle. So we'll start with the... It's actually easier to sort of go over the combo here. So let's assume you got a level 9 on board in one of the many plethora of ways that we have to do so. Then you have Lone Fire Blossom or World Legacy Monstrosity. So on that level 9, you'll activate World Legacy Monstrosity to target that level 9 monster to special summon 2 more level 9s from the deck that have a different attribute type and different names from each other. You'll summon Mardal and any other level 9 you want. Mardal, when normal or special summon, lets you add a generated card or a plant monster from your deck to your hand. You use Mardal to add stage or battle. If you have stage, you add battle. If you have battle, just add stage if you want to. I don't know. But yeah, so you add battle. Then you use those 2 level 9s to go into True King of all calamities. You set the battle, end your turn. Your opponent's turn starts. They draw a card. You activate battle, which lets you activate the stage from your deck, or if you activated the stage already, you might have done that. You can do that as well. Your opponent drew a card from the effective battle or from their draw phase, so your stage will activate when you special summon Fraudier or Needhog from your deck. Then Stage's other effect will kick in, letting you summon about 4 Generaid tokens to your field that you can use Needhog and Fraudier's disruption effects. Fraudier lets you tribute any number of Generaid monsters as a quick effect to target and pop that many monsters on the field. However, for each monster your opponent controlled that was popped, they do get to draw a card, so you have to watch out for that as a hard once per turn. And Needhog, when lets you tribute a Generaid monster or a Worm monster when your opponent would special summon monsters to negate the summon and destroy those monsters as a hard once per turn. So that is generally the combination you want to go for. Make True King of all calamities, which is usually you want to do it with World Legacy Monstrosity, but any way you can get 2 level 9s on board is doable. Find a way to activate stage or activate it in your next turn. Activate it when your opponent draws a card or force him to draw a card off battle. And there you go. You have a stun with True King, as well as any stun effects that you may want to use during your opponent's turn with those generate tokens, which I should mention all die during the end phase, because that is unfortunately a thing. But yeah, that's basically what you want to do with the deck. The rest is kind of consistency boosting engines. We got our one of terraforming in order to keep to search diagram if we need to. Stage, I guess if you want to. Dark World Dealings will trigger stage for you if you want, lets you draw some more for your deck, and also allows you to sort of see what your opponent's doing. And went over World Legacy Monstrosity. Will mention it does have one more effect that lets you summon a level 9 monster from your hand, so keep that in mind. And now as far as our extra deck monsters, I like Interblafnir, I like Dyson Sphere, I like Hard Earth Dragon, but generally speaking, you don't go into them except for maybe Interblafnir, because you can detach a Xyz material from it to banish a card your opponent controls without targeting it. So that's pretty good, and sorry if you heard me sniffle there. However, what the important ones to go over are True King of all calamities and Jormungandr, the Generaid of Eternity. So, True King, everyone knows what True King does, requires 2 or more level 9s, and once per turn during either player's turn, you can attach a Xyz material from it to declare an attribute. This turn, all face-up monsters on the field become that attribute. Also, all monsters in your opponent's possession with that attribute cannot activate their effects or attack. Monsters that True Draco or True King monsters in your hand would destroy their effects can be chosen from your opponent's field as well. That hardly ever comes up, but it's still very cool to have. And then we also have Jormungandr, the Generaid of Eternity. This is more the going second, and apparently the attack points are -2 now. They were question marks before, but here we are. It also requires 2 or more level 9 monsters, gains 1,000 attack for each material on it, and you can only control one of it. And as a quick effect, you can attach a Xyz material from itself. Each player draws a card, and then attaches from their hand or field 1 card to this as material. So it's pretty good. It gets really big, really fast, and against decks that have sort of lesser boards, as it were, for whatever reason, they have trouble dealing with these big boys. So, pretty good stuff, pretty good stuff. That's pretty much the extra deck. We also have Dyson Sphere and Hard Earth. But as far as these 6 slots go, you can pretty much run whatever you want. I just put these in here because this deck isn't very conductive to link plays, so I just chose the flavor of rank 9 that I liked. Now, as far as the extra deck goes, nothing particularly special here. You know, free Pancatrops, good card. Free Call by the Grave. Hand traps like Ash and stuff are becoming less common, but they still do hurt this deck, so we run it free just in case. Twin Twister, in case we ever really just want to go second for whatever reason. Anti-Spell for Pendulum and Super Heavy Spell Trap matchups. Red Reboot for those Trap deck matchups because they're kind of coming back. And 1 Monster Reborn, though honestly I would probably replace this with like a Needhog because if it's ever more useful than Frogger. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. So if you're new here, we just check out a few replays. I actually got like 4 replays this time. I might only show free, but I got 4 replays this time. So pretty good stuff. But yeah, we just look at the replays. I go over the combos and such. Talk about things I liked, things I didn't like with the deck, things I feel like I could have done better, things I feel like I did well. But yeah. That being said, I'll see you guys in the first replay. Alright, so welcome to the first replay with Player. We are the end, and he is doing like a Performapal Odd Eyes Guard Dragon thing. So, you know, pretty cool. But we are going to go first, and we opened up fairly well. So you're gonna see see us go off a little. So we're gonna start by summoning Fathomer. Now we have that. So we target to summon 2 more level 9s. Generaid of Light will search us the Generaid battle. We make our True King of all calamities, set the battle. Now we move on to our opponent's turn. During the opponent's turn, we activate battle, chain that with True King of all calamities for that nice chain block because the stage is actually fairly important to get. Yeah, so he does get to draw another card, but he drew, so we get the stage effect, summon Needhog, and then stage's other effect will be summoning us all of these tokens. And now he cannot activate... Well, actually, first, before we continue. Now, he cannot activate his monster's effects, and if he summons, we contribute a Generaid monster, like one of our various tokens, in order to just get rid of those monsters. However, it is a win effect, so it can potentially miss timing, which we will show later. But yeah, so he's gonna start doing pendulum things. Goes ahead and pendulum summons. Once he's done, we use Needhog. He quit at this point, blowing up his board. Not much he could really do at this point anyways. Looks like Battle was on top of our deck, so things probably weren't going to go super in our favor, but he wouldn't have had much left to work with anyway, so it was probably game at that point. But yeah, so that's the deck kind of going off, and you know, people not playing around it. Very good, solid stuff against pendulums. But yeah, so that was sort of the deck kind of going off. We have another win coming up here in a second. But yeah, I'll show you guys that when we get there. I'll see you there. Alright, well, into the second replay against another player, but a different one this time. And this time we go second. You know, show the deck going second a little bit. Against DDD, Admittedly, this guy didn't make a super formidable board. Dark Pass, not the greatest thing in the world, but this is where the deck's damage dealing potential can come into play. So we got the World Legacy, so we got the Monstrosity, which is pretty good. Summon Mariani. Mariani also summon Fathomer. Now from here we could go Lone Fire, which I believe I did, or we could go with the World Legacy Monstrosity. No, I decided to go with Lone Fire. Okay, so gonna Lone Fire combos, obviously, to get to the Mardal. Mardal gets us Battle because we already have Stage. Then we go ahead and activate the Monstrosity again. This time to go ahead, pop Dark. I really should have activated the field spell first there. That was my fault, because we would have gotten another special summon to replace our Mardal. But yeah, that was my bad. That was my misplay. So yeah, we go ahead and go all free. So I could have had 4 here. We go all free into Jormungandr. Go ahead and use Jormungandr's effect to put our one of our Fathomers under there. He gives us a Dark Contract with the Swamp. And now, because he did draw a card, we do get to summon Needhog, which is kind of nice. So yeah, we just attack for 4k. And we are in a fairly good position here, because we'll be able to summon another Generaid once he draws. I believe I went for of the Sword here. So that gives us the Sword Disruption as well as Needhog's Disruption. So yeah, we get our tokens. Now we have 2 disruptions to work with here, which is great against the Pendulum deck, as we saw last game. So we're going to go ahead and do that, try to rob him of some resources. He does get that. We go ahead and pop that. He gets a draw, unfortunately. At this point, all he can do is set the Orthos. And then it's our turn, and this is just game. So we attack with that to make sure it's like too big. Double attack for them, and that's game. So, yeah, that's the deck. It has some very serious damage dealing potential. Admittedly, I messed up my plays there. That is very much my bad. Not gonna lie to you guys. But yeah, so that's the deck going second. However, even when this deck going second against more formidable wards, it has some problems, which we will see in the next replay. I'll see you guys there. Alright, on to the third game, or replay, with Weox. And we're going to be going second this time. And our opponent, he's playing the Zombie World deck. So you know that's some tough stuff right there. And he is going first. So he's going to go ahead and activate Zombie World. Jackalope with the Glow Up Bloom. Glow Up Bloom will go ahead and get him the Baller Drock. And he's, because everything is zombies now, like that, he is able to use the Sucker. And he passes it that. So here he has 1 negation, one random banish per chain, as well as a effect negation. So this is tough for a lot of decks to play through, and we pass, I guess. So we go ahead and activate the stage, and then we activate the Dark World Dealings, which will let us special summon the deck. I was trying as hard as I could to bait out the Spirit King. I was hoping he would here, because I still have, ways I can go about this. So we do get the Fraudier. We use Fraudier to try to bait out that negate for us. So he is going to negate the effect. So I was feeling pretty good here. We use the World Legacy Monstrosity to special summon the Fathomer from hand. I thought, like, we're possibly fine here because we have the Lone Fire. But he's going to, negate that. And we just have to pass there. However, we will be getting our stuff. But he had the Super Poly, unfortunately. We still do get our tokens, though, which is pretty nice. But this isn't exactly a great board, because he can just attack into us. The Nether Soul Dragon gets him a token. And then our tokens die in the end phase. So, yeah, the error occurred there. But I will say, we lost that game. Fairly convincingly, we lost that game, actually. We did manage to get a few more tokens, but he just continued to beat over us. So, against, like, 3 negates, or 2 negates in this case, the deck can struggle. And to be fair on that point, there are quite a few decks that can struggle with that, but this deck in particular takes it hard. And yeah, but no, you might know something about these replays. In every single replay, we've opened World Legacy Monstrosity, and we've used World Legacy Monstrosity to get stuff. What happens when you don't open World Legacy Monstrosity? Well, you can still make plays, and we're going to see that in the next replay. I'll see you guys there. Okay, on to the final replay with yet another player, a Witchcrafter player, who's opened decently. And we're going first here, and you may have noticed an extreme lack of World Legacy Monstrosity. What are we going to do? Well, I mean, if we can get a monster, we're fine, but we don't have monster. We do have Dark World Dealings, though, so we're pretty good. Alright, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and Lone Fire, going for the Mardal to get a search. Mardal lets us search the battle. Go ahead, activate Dark World Dealings, summon Mariane, make True King of all Calamities, set the battle pass. We did go neg free here, but this is generally speaking, these are the two things that we generally want anyways, so I was fine with it. However, our opponent is in a very good position here. So we go ahead, activate the battles, chain that. He does chain the Forbidden Chalice, which is unfortunate. We do get the battle. Battle gets us Needhog. Needhog gives us our tokens. And we are in a generally good position here. Now you might be wondering, why did I not negate this summon right here? Well, I'm pretty sure because Needhog is a win effect, it misses timing. I hate that it does, but that is the only conclusion I could come to as far as, like, why I could not negate that summon. But you know what? It's fine. He's gonna go ahead and use Schmidta for the foolish effect. So he gets his Witchcrafter spells back, pops our True King, and error occurred. Oh, dang it. That was a good game. But yeah, basically, the point of that replay, at least, was so clear. Even without Monstrosity, it's still very possible to, you know, make the plays you need to make. But yeah, so that's all the replays I had. And honestly, I think this deck is really cool. I wish there was more you could do with the extra deck. But I had fun with it. Hopefully more support will come out soon to make Generaid like an actually good dedicated deck, because I had to splash several engines here for this all to work out. Though it was mostly Generaid stuff that was doing stuff. But yeah, let me know what you think of the deck. Any ways I can make it better, anything that I did well, didn't do well, etc. so forth, and anything you might maybe want me to play. Just let me know. But yeah, that being said, like if you liked, comment if you have something to say, and subscribe if you want some more. This has been Ronin, signing off.